incarnation, Cayce's work teaches the reality of reincarnation and karma. But as instruments
Chuck,
of...
there's something wrong.
What do you mean there's something wrong?
Listen to my voice! What's happened here?
You look fine to me.
I got hair on my chest! Chuck! This is some otherworldly event!
That just goes to show you, grass only grows on playgrounds.
Sorry. Let's continue. Chuck.
You want to read, Jen?
No! Oh, wait.
Its purpose is to teach us certain spiritual lessons. Animals have undifferentiated group souls rather than individuality and consciousness. Humans have never been incarnated as animals. He describes a very complex design arranged between souls and God to meet the needs of existing conditions, which was a reference to the souls who became entrapped in Earth's physical materiality, which was not intended for a habitat of the soul. In There Is a River, a biography about Cayce by Thomas Segru, we are told by Segru that spirit thought forms. Jen, will you stop? Control yourself, please. Stay near the guided. The anthropoid ape, which was chosen to be the most ideal vehicle for the human physical race, to be created from and physically guided their separate evolution into a Homo sapiens species. This contradicts Cayce's view in reading 3744-5. Cayce states, man did not descend from the monkey, but man has evolved. Resuscitation, you see, from time to time, here a little, there a little, line upon line, and line upon line. Cayce's view arguably incorporates and parallels theosophical teachings on spiritual evolution. Are you
Astrology!
Jennifer, are you listening to a word I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cayce accepts astrology on the basis that our souls spend time on other planets.
Would you like a lesson?
Or perhaps their spiritual counterparts.
Jennifer.
In between incarnations,
Jennifer!
the position of the planets at our birth records these influences. Your turn.
Universal laws. Souls incarnated on the earth are subject to certain spiritual laws, such as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Karma, or as ye judge others, so shall ye be judged. Properly regarded, such laws represent an aspect of God's mercy, whereby no matter what our circumstances, He has promised to guide us in our spiritual path. Cayce said that when you view it from the highest dimension, there is no time and no space, nor any future or past, and that it is all happening in one fascinating expression at that time as an illusion that has purpose.
Unknown Life of Jesus. Cayce presented narratives of Jesus' previous incarnations, including mysterious Atlantean figures called Emilius, as well as the more familiar biblical figures of Adam, Enoch, something, Joshua, something else. Joshua. Cayce describes Jesus as an Essene who traveled to India in his youth in order to study the Eastern religions, more specifically astrology. Jesus and Christ, following new thought, proceed. New precedent? What are you talking about?
Thought precedent.
New.
Precedent.
That's what
Precedent,
I said.
yeah.
Precedent. Will you?
What are you talking about?
Chuck! Behave.
Jennifer, just read.
But I'm supposed to be the beauty part of the show. Oh. Stop. Where was I? having new thought precedent, Cayce distinguishes between Jesus and Christhood. Basically, briefly, Jesus was a soul, something he was the first to allow to be.
Jesus was a soul. Like us, who reincarnated through many lifetimes, Christhood is something he was the first to allow to be manifest through his material life.
How do you women keep these earrings in all the time?
It is something which we also ought to aspire towards. Cayce accordingly calls Jesus
Are you okay?
our older brother. And
Enough with that prop!
reference to the way of lowly Nazarene. If you start ripping off your shirt and taking the bra off, I'm going to have some real issues.
There's no.
here.
Never mind.
Hair?
Is it my turn? Ideal. Cayce
Repeatedly
stresses the choice of an ideal as the foundation of the spiritual path.
Are you in your ideal?
And
are you comfy?
that all would realize
Do you feel
that
your
what
feminine side?
is the results. You're not correcting me here. Is the result
I'm not
of
paying
what
attention to
we
what you're
have.
reading.
You're not paying any attention. You have no money to pay. Is a result of what we have done about the ideas we have set. 1549-1. We may choose any idea we feel drawn to. As we attempt to apply it in our lives, God will guide us further, perhaps inspiring us to receive our choice of
Revise.
ideal. The highest ideal, says Cayce, is Christ. However, the reading recognizes the Christ spirit in some form is the basis for religion or religions other than Christianity.
Body, mind, and spirit. Cayce often invokes these three terms, or their equivalents, to describe a human condition. Spirit is the life, mind is the builder, physical is the result. Conflation of various readings. The concept has application not only to holistic health, but also to the spiritual
life. Meditation. While Cayce sometimes describes particular meditation techniques of sitting or chanting, which is strikingly similar to popular Hindu mantra, the crucial element, he believed, is that of opening up to the divine influences. The search for God books say that through prayer we speak to God. In meditation, God speaks to us. Cayce's concept of meditation has some aspects in common with Hinduism and Buddhism. The chakras, but is most similar to Christian versions of New Thought. The symbolism of the Book of Revelation, he says, is based on meditative experiences.
Extrasensory perception. Cayce accepted psychic experiences and ESP as a natural byproduct of soul growth. God may speak to us through dreams. Many readings consist of dream interpretation or thought intuitions similar to the pangs of conscience. However, Cayce did not endorse spiritualism or mediumship on the grounds
Keep going.
and supposed entities thus contacted are not necessarily particularly lofty. Instead, he encouraged seekers to focus on Christ.
Oh, is it my turn? Sorry.
I don't know how anybody's supposed to hear us over that.
Sorry. Are you sure you're Chuck? Typical woman.
Atlantis.
You read it.
The Cayce readings spoke of the existence of Atlantis, a
I'm gonna play with
legendary
Santa's
continent
pom-pom.
with an advanced technology who refugees people ancient Egypt as well as pre-Columbian America. Cayce's description of Atlantis has much in common with
Music.
that of Ignatius L. Donnelly. According to Cayce, Atlantean society was divided into two long-lived political factions. A good faction called the Sons of the Law of One and an evil faction called the Sons of Belial. Many people alive today are the reincarnations of Atlantean souls. He believed who must now face similar temptations as before. It is said Atlantis suffered 3 major destructions, one of which was the deluge. According to the readings, a major source of turmoil was the Sons of Belial's desire to exploit the things, subhumans with animal appendages and low intelligence, and the movements to protect and evolve them by the Sons of the Law of One. The final destruction was the overcharging of the crystal, which caused a massive explosion.
And since Atlantis was your topic that you like, I let you read it. Egypt is your
Egypt.
topic. I'm going to let you read that one too.
Next to biblical times, the most significant era for the life readings was a pre-dynastic Egyptian civilization consisting of Atlantean refugees. Cayce purported to have been an Egyptian priest named Ra, who built a spiritually based healing center, the Temple of Sacrifice. The educational institution, the Temple Beautiful, his diagnostic readings and narratives about the past and future were supposed to be a continuation of his ancient work. This civilization also built monuments on the Giza Plateau, including the Great Pyramid, and left records of Atlantis in a hall of records located somewhere beneath the Great Sphinx of Giza. These readings bear a close resemblance to books by AMORC founder H. Spencer Lewis.
Do you know what Odomium is? Earth changes.
Old Domium, that's Latin for,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Earth changes. Cayce coined the term earth changes, later widely used in New Age writing, a reference to series of catalysms, events which he prophesied would take place in future decades, notably including the Earth shifting on its axis and most of California dropping into the Pacific Ocean following a catastrophe earthquake. We are not going to be able to get through the rest of Edgar Cayce, but if you go to www.cbezio.com, you'll be able to read all of the material that we were going to finish on Edgar Cayce Part 2, but we always finish the show with our ending prayer. And Chuck, would you like me to do the ending prayer?
Go for it.
Our fathers, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom and the power and the glory, forever and ever.
Amen.
Don't miss our Christmas episode. This was only Edgar Cayce Part 2. See you next week. Same time, same place, same channel. God bless.
Bye-bye.